What's up, Crystal? Are we back at it? Let's see. Uh-oh. What's up, Jasmine? Hold on one second. I'll invite people up soon. What's up, Jasmine? Thank you for the like. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, tap the screen. Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up quick. Read them up. I need 1,000 likes as soon as I blink. As soon as I start the stream, I need 1,000 likes. As soon as I start the stream, I need 1,000 likes. Off rip. All right, is ping core gonna work? 100 push-ups for 1,000 likes. I'm gonna get 1,000 likes whether I can get 100. I do 100 push-ups or not. I don't need to do 100 push-ups for 1,000 likes. That's what happens when you actually got something to talk about. See, I'm already at 1,000 likes even before you said that stupid ass comment. So yeah, let me go live on Instagram. Yeah, join the fan club. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Uh, Follow me on all social media platforms. And yeah, support your boy. All right, so what the hell is going on with Pingcord? Or do they not do live streams? That's they only do posts. Whatever. I guess they only do live streams. I mean, on do posts for like TikTok. All right. You understand your question? Yeah, I understand my question. That's why I asked it.
Why do black people want black
Why
Americans?
do why do people? Do you see black people up there?
Oh yeah, that's why I was messed up at. I don't know why I'm
Yeah. Do you understand the question?
to identify as African.
Who cares, bro? Find a solution to fix our people matters.
Me personally, growing up, I would love to, what I'm saying, get more in tune and closer to my, what I'm saying, my ancestors and my roots and everything like that though. But after having like,
Hold on. Hold on.
but yeah, hello, all right. But yeah, after receiving like so much backlash from Africans themselves, I'd rather just not identify as an African, but rather than just a black
What's up,
American
Kai?
that's not black.
Okay. What's up, Gia? Yeah, share the live out too. Like and share the live. Like and shout the live.
You know about genealogy?
You said a what?
Do you know about genealogy?
Yeah.
Have you done yours yet?
Yes, I am a West African.
You
From
a
what
West African?
country?
Yeah, West African.
What country?
Africa.
Africa's a
Africa's a
continent.
country.
Oh,
Boy, you
continent.
better shut the
You,
hell.
you
Look,
said what? You
go
said
on
what
mute, baby doll.
country? So all right. So what is the country? Like you
Africa
talking about
is
the
a
state?
continent.
Like a state? Like state? What?
Like Nigeria,
No,
like
like
Ghana.
Guyana, Brazil, that's a country. Chile,
Senegal, something like that, right? Is Senegal?
France is a
Are
country.
you from Senegal? You know? Do you know or not?
No, but I have a.
Czechoslovakia is a country.
I have a.
Korea. Oh, Korea is a country. It's split up into two countries, North Korea and South Korea. Hmm. What else is country? Oh, China, that's a country. Russia, that's a country. The Ukraine, that's a country. Places, countries. He don't know.
I don't know. Oh, that's interesting.
I just told you I did my little DNA thing. It said West African, Senegal. I had like a large percentage of that in me. I think what it was like what
So you wait a minute,
84.
slow down. I ain't gonna let you finish. So you took your spit and they matched it against some dirt. How many cousins you got from the dirt over there in West Africa, along with your spit that you gave them to test against the dirt, see if you was from that dirt? But Darwin, you can't make these questions get any creep.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know if we building right now or we tearing down. Like I'm so confused.
I'm asking you questions. We're building. Uh, did, did you do your genealogy? And you said you did a spit test. No, you cannot do a spit test for
No,
your
I never said a
genealogy.
spit test. You said spit test.
You said DNA, and it told you was from West
I
Africa.
know,
So
I know,
how
but
do you get
whenever you
there?
say spit test, you gotta be more specific on what do you mean when you say spit? Because I
How do
didn't,
you get
I
there?
never once said that they took my actual spit. I said DNA.
Okay, so you gave your DNA, which is
Oh no, I feel like
most
I'm being tore
likely your
down, bro. This is
saliva.
why niggas can't do nothing.
So no, so
oh,
it's your
he left.
saliva. He left.
Like, how you gonna build something you don't even know? You're not even sure about. Like, are we building? Are you gonna build with a brick? Or are you gonna build with stone? You gotta figure it out what you gonna build with a brick or a
No,
stone.
he building on sinking sand. He at the damn beach building castles with the high tide. Bullshit.
Like, I don't know what's up with these folks. I don't know. You gonna try to tear me down? Like, how you gonna build? You ain't got the parts. Like, what? You ain't got no tools. You just came up with no tools. Like, what? Trying to build a house. You ain't got no tools to build the goddamn house. That shit crazy. What's up, Groove? Yo, is ping cord gonna work? I know I set the bot up. It ain't even. I guess it's not for live streams. Then. I guess only for videos. Oh well. What's up, Shaw? Q Shaw. He trying to play victim. Yeah. Yeah. He came up here asking if I understand my question. I'm like, dude, I made the titles. I'm the one asking the goddamn question. What's up, Kai?
It had a nerve to not even read it correctly.
Right. I was like, what do you see black in front of people at?
Yeah,
What's going on? You,
yeah. But not knowing what a country is crazy.
I'm talking about he didn't. He talking about Africa is a country, ain't it? Boy, if you don't get off this stage,
like, did we pass the third grade? Like,
right? Shoot, we
you,
learned in kindergarten that United States was a country,
Like,
but he different state. He's talking about it like a state, boy.
oh Lord.
man, brother.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
it's
mm.
always a new character on TikTok. Let me tell you, it's always a new character on TikTok.
No, you get on my you get on my nerves when he said West African.
Hey, Wabo Africas, come up here. El Mexici, Mexi, come up here. Tag him. Who the hell is tag him? Are you gonna get muted? How does it feel to learn that Wabo actually means person of the great waters? Y'all calling us an indigenous term, you dummies. What's up, tag him?
Hey, what's going on, man?
You gonna answer? You gonna answer the title?
Yeah, or he says, why do people want Black Americans? Because I think it's just like Black Americans have done like a lot of we're looked at as the global face of blackness, and people sort of want to like attach themselves to that. That's why I think people want to
Hmm.
call it, and it also like pretty much immigrantizes us and makes us not American, but we built America. So
Right, for sure. All right, we got us.
Shola.
All right, my bad. Excuse me. I was Shola. What's up?
Yeah, what's up? So I guess in terms of the question, why do people want Black Americans to identify as Africans? I don't think it's people outside of the U.S. wanting to identify as African. I think it's more so if you look at a
Yo,
significant portion of Black Americans, they acknowledge that they're from Africa. Of course, people don't want to Africanize them, but it's just an acknowledgement that they're from Africa, and I don't think that's a controversial statement to say. You know?
shit. All right, for sure. What's up, Donnie?
Yo, what's going on, man? Hey, I was asking the same question. Like, I don't know why they want us to be identified as African so bad if we're born in a different country, continent, whatever you want to call it. But also, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people know about the transatlantic slave trade, but they don't know about the intro-American slave trade that happened alongside, where they were transporting Americans from one place to another in the Americas. They just got to do their research a little bit more, man. That's all.
For sure. All right, we got Raw Authentic up here.
Yo, what's good, brother?
I'm chilling. What's up? What you got for us?
I'm in Africa right now, man, and the title. I think that they want to Africanize us because a lot of Africans look up to Black Americans. You know,
Hmm.
Mhm.
yeah, you know, like the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we dress. You know, us in movies.
We got
They
the most
grew up
influential.
watching us, so they try to, you know, so a lot of times they try to emulate us. That's
Hmm.
why when we try to separate ourselves, it makes them mad because you know they want to attach themselves to us.
Right, for
Just
sure.
do not want to attach themselves to Black Americans. I don't think. I think that's just, I guess, your perception that Africans want to tether or want to be associated with Black American culture, but we see that as something like that's distinct. It's American culture. It's different, you know. So it's not like we're attaching ourselves to it.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's a secret agenda that they're doing
I'm
where they're
like I'm
actually,
telling
where they're actually.
I'm in Africa right now.
I'm
What
saying
part
like
of
I
Africa
think they
you
have
in?
a secret agenda where they're pushing this the same narrative as the white T man,
I'm
and
in
they're doing
Uganda.
that on purpose because they're trying to claim to be us, and they want us to claim to be them, and they want us to come back to Africa while they come over here. It's like they're secretly trying to replace us.
You say you're in Uganda right now?
Yeah, I'm in Uganda, and I mean, like what I'm saying. I talk to Africans every day out here, and they look up to us. You know,
Hmm.
like when you really, you know, talk to them on a person to person basis, and they being honest, they'll tell you the truth. You know, without the ego involved, they look up to us. You know, because we're 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 globally what people think of when you say Black. You know, a lot of our styles they try to emulate out here. You know, the way we dress, our hairstyles, the way we talk. Like when they meet me and they find out I'm Black American, it's like I got groups of people around me asking me questions. You know,
I can see what
so
you mean when you say
that's
they're
what I
trying to
think it
emulate
is.
you in the U.S., but in Africa, they're not emulating like Black
No,
Americans in
no,
the way they speak or
I'm
the way they dress.
I'm
They
in
don't.
Africa.
You're in Harare, right?
I'm not
Harare?
in the U.S.
Are you in
I'm
Harare?
from the U.S. But I'm in Africa right now.
So
No,
you're
no,
in
no.
Harare
I'm in
right now, correct?
Uganda, and
Or
No,
Kampala,
I
where
didn't say nothing about no Harare.
It's obvious that they're
Kampala, yeah.
right. So would you say in Kampala people are dressing like Black Americans? Like they're not. They don't speak like Black
If
Americans.
they
they,
if they have the
have
money,
more access to our culture.
if they have the money, yes, they
Yeah.
are,
False. That's a falsehood.
That's not false, bro.
brother. I'm
Most
telling
It
you,
is.
culture on earth.
So
I'm
them
telling
wearing
you my
jeans, wearing Western
experience,
clothing,
man.
that's them emulating Black culture? I don't think
No,
so.
no,
man.
no,
Sorry.
no, no. So, so you must be African, right? So you feel a little insecure about me saying this, but a lot of people, like I'm telling you, when you talk to a lot of Africans who don't have that ego and are telling you the truth, they're like, yeah, we look up to y'all.
Look at Burna.
We want to be like.
I could
y'all.
agree with
Like,
you on Africans in the U.S. They do emulate a lot of Black culture. I could agree with you on
No,
that.
no,
But on the
no.
continent,
I'm in
I don't think that's the
Africa. I'm
case.
talking about the Africans in Africa.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
That's what I'm hearing. Like a lot of our hairstyles, right? You know, like the braids and growing our hair out, because a lot of Africans used to shave their head bald, but now they see Black Americans growing their hair out. So
So would you say braids? That's
wanna grow their
when Africans wear braids, they're copying Black
no,
American
no, no,
culture.
no, no.
Not the men. The men didn't do that.
I'm not talking. They used to shave their head bald because their parents tell them that you look smart when you're bald, you know, and that comes from colonialism.
Yep.
But now they see the Black Americans' hairstyles, so they want to emulate that. I was talking to one of my boys yesterday, you know, because I don't got no problem with Africans, you know, on the continent. They cool. Like I said, you know, like when I talk to them, the ego is not involved. They actually tell the truth. A lot of Africans who immigrate to America, they got this ego involved that no, it's this. But the Africans on the continent tell you the truth, man. Look, we look up to y'all. We see y'all in movies. You guys are cool. We love you guys' music. We love the way you guys talk, the way you guys walk, the way you guys dress. Everything about you guys is what we look at is cool.
Our dances.
No, nobody's denying that, of course, because of course Black American culture is global. You know, it's very popular around the world.
You just
What,
denied
what
it,
I'm
brother.
trying to push back on,
You-
what I'm trying to push back on is on the continent of Africa, there is a distinct culture that is separate from like the Black American culture on the everyday basis when it comes to the language, the food, the way they dress. They have their traditional clothing. Like in Senegal, I'm from Senegal, they have a bubu. So basically, it's with the special type of silk. The way we dress is different.
They eat beans and rice out here for the most part. A lot of people don't have a lot of money to eat all the stuff you're talking about. Beans and rice is an everyday meal for a lot of Africans out here because they don't have the money to eat chicken or a beef every day. And I mean, come on, brother. Yeah, I'm talking about in Africa, and you know that to be honest.
I mean,
Beans and rice
in
is what a
Senegal,
lot of
we have a
Africans-
lot of rice dishes, and it's not just beans and rice. We don't have beans in our dishes. Like, you know, like if you look at jollof, you look at mafe, there's different types of dishes.
Like you taking it personal. It's not.
The average person out here don't make enough money to eat chicken every day, to eat beef every day, to eat those. Man, they don't.
In
Let's be
Africa,
honest,
in
man.
Senegal, they
You know?
eat meat in almost all of their dishes. Like they eat meat.
Is
beef.
everybody eating meat there?
Yes.
Everybody afford to eat them
Nah.
type of food?
Yes. Yes.
So everybody.
A lot of the youth out here. A lot of the youth out here drive Uber or they're boda drivers. You know, so they make a certain amount a day, and they got a family. They don't make enough to eat all these lavish dishes. Honestly, I'm not talking down about it because, I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. You know, they like beans and rice is what a lot of people eat every day.
In all of the main staple dishes in my country, for example, they have meat in it. Okay, so I don't know where you get this idea that we just eat beans and rice. I don't know where that comes from.
I ask him. I guarantee, like he go back there all the time, bro. You telling me about that shit? Like you acting like everybody out there is rich. Like they don't have a lot of poor cities. Senegal.
They don't. They don't. I
Did you
mean,
hear me say
a
that?
lot of people out here are poor.
All right,
There's
we
a lot of
got
poverty out here. Everybody don't have a lot of money out here.
so stage is full. But if anybody, all right, cool. If anybody wants to come up, somebody.
But a lot of Africans, a lot of
Go ahead.
yeah, a lot of Africans who go to the U.S. They try to put on, and we do this and we do this, but when you come over here and see the reality, like we like a lot of people eat chapatis for breakfast. You know, that's like a taco shell. And then at night they eat beans and rice. But they look up to Black Americans because of what the movies portray about us. They think we're rich. They think we're well educated.
Most of us are.
Portrayal of Black Americans in like Hollywood movies.
They make us
A lot of the movies that a lot of movies that they see the flashy clothes, they see a slick talk, they see us getting girls.
They make us look negative and they make us look like criminals.
They don't see those movies a lot over here. From the people I talk to, they see Black Americans in music videos, making money, driving fancy cars, living a nice life.
But in Hollywood,
something that they want to do.
Would you agree though on both sides when it comes to the perception of Africans? They show you guys a negative side, and then also on the African side, they show a bad side of
I'm
Black
in
America. So it's like propaganda on both ways.
I'm in Africa.
That's true.
I see the negative side over here.
Bro,
I'm telling you, a lot of people over here is broke.
bro,
He's
nah,
saying like the movies they show in Africa make Black Americans look bad, and then our movies in America make them look bad, make them look like they are poor and shit. But there's a lot of poor people out here, not like how they making
They
it
don't
look.
see those movies over here.
What you mean?
They don't. I'm telling you, they don't see the movies where it shows Black Americans being crackheads and stuff like that. Those are movies that they show in America a lot. Like out here, they watch action movies a lot. They don't watch like that's the main thing they want to watch is an action movie.
But they have
So if a
access
Black
to all the
American-
pirated movies, like all the classic hood movies. They have access to that in Africa. They go on Pirate Bay, they download it. Like they have access to all those movies.
They watch a lot of old school,
They-
like Get Rich or Die Trying. They be watching
Bro.
shit like that. Belly.
bro, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you this? Where do you live right now? Where you at? In Africa,
I'm in Uganda.
Uganda. Alright,
Yeah, East Africa.
alright.
But I was in Tanzania too. I was in Tanzania for 3 years too. They look up to it. Like I remember I was playing a slave because I used to own a restaurant in Tanzania. I remember I was playing a 12 Years a Slave, and they was looking at me like did this really happen? I'm like, yeah, nigga, like yeah, this really happened to my people. They were shocked to see that because they weren't educated on that.
What's up, son?
Yeah, but like 100%. And I'm gonna let y'all. First of all, I'm African. I'm gonna let y'all know. Just
Where you from?
grew up-
Where you from in Africa?
I'm from Guinea, West Africa. It's a little country. I don't know if y'all know about it, but they're a little
Okay.
country.
Yeah.
And that's actually that's facts. We look up to Black Americans, but when you look at it, Africans really we look up to Jamaicans more than the Black Americans. We listen.
What about the Atlanta culture? You don't think they look up to Atlanta culture?
Atlanta.
Yeah. Like
I don't
Y'all look up
know.
to the Rasta.
Folk,
Yeah, because there's
them-
there's a lot of Rasta out here, So yeah, I do agree with that. You guys look up to the Rasta culture.
Yeah, but when you come to the clothes, like the clothes to wear, the style and all that, still we be wearing just like y'all. Like we style just like Americans. But it's us. It's not because it's better. Not we trying to represent. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's every Black people in everywhere that create anything. We trying to represent it.
You guys
That's-
want to emulate what is perceived as cool, because like the dress out here, a lot of people wear jerseys, they wear baseball hats, they wear tight jeans and sandals. That's a lot of how the youth dress, But if you have money, You wear kind of baggier pants. You wear a nice shirt. You got your hair cut. You know, you wear some nice sneakers. You know,
Ah, yeah, but you see the difference. Yeah, y'all was talking about how the movies we were all represented in the movies. So when you look at Africans, when we get money, we don't dress like that no more. We dress like the culture. You feel what I'm saying? Is when you a kid or just like a broke
what
person, like bro, it broke.
what
You
culture?
feel
What culture
like
you
the
mean?
coach, the real, the clothes, the culture, the clothes. You know the clothes
The
I'm
Black
talking
American
about.
culture?
No, the African ones. So we start
The
we
African
go
culture?
yeah. So we start wearing those and be those too flashy. So we start wearing those and you know. But when you come to a regular dude, we still we be wearing these stuff, the American stuff. We be wearing and we still we are inspired, and that's how
Yeah,
the word just go. Like the word is built on that. You had to be inspired by a person, recognize it, and
yeah,
just keep going.
yeah. I agree. I agree. You know, the world has broadcast Black Americans, all across the
What's
globe.
up,
So,
Wavy?
huh?
I'm saying what's up to the comments.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So a lot of Africans are inspired by Black American culture, and I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But a lot of Africans who migrate to the U.S., they just want to deny that. But when you're actually on the continent and you speak to the Africans, they'll tell you the truth about it. You know,
Yeah,
you guys inspire us.
100%. And I can tell you why some of them really refuse to believe in that because Africans we are used to that. Like Europeans really be stealing all our stuff, and we come to
Yeah,
Europe, they be like, "It's all this." I,
yeah,
I'm like I'm telling you,
This
in
shit sound
Europe,
like Fondo.
like I'm in Spain right now. These folks, like they stole, the European, they stole like a one 100 no hundred thousand 70 stuff of the artifacts. Like
man,
they stole
people
all
still
that,
do.
and they in the museum and shit like that. They had to pack it in, and you can't touch it. You can't even get in there to see these stuff, and it's our
Yeah,
stuff. So
but he, here's a problem that I see is the division out here because there's certain tribes that don't get along with other tribes, and I'm just like, I be trying to tell them, look, stop all that. Y'all need to unify. If y'all were unified, y'all spoke the same language, you guys be a lot more powerful than that other tribe is security guards. They're the police. This tribe is the government. This tribe is I'm like, man, just come together and I mean, I mean, like
nah,
it's
you right.
crazy to see how much infighting there is out here. That,
They're right there. That's the biggest problem really Africa's facing. Like since we really
Because a lot of folks ain't from the areas that they say they from originally. Y'all got
yeah,
like
they
a
don't
lot
know.
of tribes have different ethnic origins, different
yeah,
places that they
Yeah,
say they come from. That's why.
and see
yeah.
Oh,
they'll admit out here that we don't know if we're all from the same region. We know that the white people got us all over here, so we call ourselves Ugandan. A lot of us aren't even from Uganda. They can go back 3 generations and be like, yeah, we were from over here. But when
Yup.
they colonized us, they kind of kept us over here. So all the people who were over here at this time were kept over here. So now we're Ugandans.
100%, 100%. Like we had like 33 ethnicities in my country, and like 32 of them, like they came in that country. Like the first people in there were called the Jolin Caves, and those
Okay.
they're not a lot no more. They like they're like 2% of people. So the rest is just everybody came in the country. They ain't never been in, and still they arguing like, oh, it's you know it's my country, it's my side, it's
Yep.
this, it's we having the biggest problem Africa having. Africa would never face no problem more than
What's
that.
up, Radical
Never.
Fruit? What's up, Keisha?
Yeah, it's it's way too much fighting over here, man. And even the way people drive over here, I'm like, it's all ego. It's to show I'm more important than you. So I'm gonna drive faster. I'm gonna get in front of you. And I'm
Exactly.
just like, man, if all y'all just respected each other and got along, this would be the most powerful nation in the world.
That's what I'm talking. Like, think about it. I was talking to all these my brothers, like Africans. I was telling them like we had to stop telling Black Americans to go back to Africa because at first like we started, but I feel like yeah they can go, but if they want, but for right now we had to build this continent first, build it, and then let them be proud of where they came from. But right now, Africa
Yeah.
is effed up. You cannot call anybody to go over there to stay and leave if he ain't got no money. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying? He had to be rich to go over there. So
Africa is not ready for Black Americans because
it's
the
not
thing, like,
ready.
it's not ready. Black
It's not
Americans are used to a certain standard of living,
yeah.
and yeah, yeah. But
Like
me and my family,
yeah.
huh?
I'm listening.
No, like I said, we used to live in Tanzania, so that kind of broadened our perspective on how life could be. So we're used to that kind of lifestyle now. So us living over here, it ain't no thing. But we're used to paved roads. We're used to structure when it comes to traffic. We're like Africa is there's a lot of freedom. That's what I like. You don't feel
Exactly.
like you're gonna die when the police pull you
I know
over. The
why.
the, the police,
I know why.
yeah.
I
Or
say
my,
I know
my
why.
bad, my bad, my bad. You don't feel like you're gonna be unalive. The police actually over here, they be joking with you. The army, you don't feel threatened. You know,
Yeah. Nah, that part right there, like I know, like they really be like, yeah, we free. I just see police can't take someone to the police station and they couldn't take him because his folks just got out and they just threw and say no way he going, no way, and he had like he did something
What's up,
wrong,
Kia?
but he didn't go
yeah,
anyway. It's crazy.
man. You throw the police a couple dollars over here, talk to them right, you cool. In
Yeah.
America, it's not like that. But the thing is
I quit.
there's everybody's melanated over here, so they look at each other as brothers and sisters for the most part. So
100%.
that's why they ain't trying to treat each other like that. But I guarantee you, if the police force was mainly Indians or mainly white people, it would be a
Facts.
total different story like it is in America.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, that's a look we lucky. You know what I'm saying? We lucky
Yeah,
because
What's up?
still we having in South Africa as an example because South Africa is two side of is the enemy and our brothers. So they taking their black brothers out of the country and letting white T foes get like come in the country like without any problem. So it's like it's if the white folks were to stay, for example, my country, we had friends colonize us, but my in West Africa, my country, our president was the first one to say no to the white folks. They say if they could stay and build Africa just like South Africa did. But he said no. He said it's better for them to go to France, and he going. South Africa actually they scared. They scared the the white tea folk, because if
The
the white
board.
tea folk was to go to Germany today, they gonna lose a lot of their economy, and they scared of
They don't
that.
feel like they can do it themselves is the problem. They look
Yeah,
to the white people, the Asians and the Indians to build infrastructure, to open shops, to do trade.
Exactly.
They don't feel like they could do it themselves. That's the
exactly,
problem.
exactly. So, but I feel like Africa is moving, for a little bit. You know,
It's moving a little bit, but man,
yeah,
it's a lot of infighting, and if the infighting stops, it'll grow a lot faster. You know.
exactly. And I don't think they're gonna stop because it's going. It's just it's going on and on and on. People are focused on what my grandparents, my ancestors, we were
Yep.
here, we from it. They focus on that. They not focus on what's going on outside. People are going forward and they trying to and they trying to go back. So we it's gonna be hard for us until we understand that we speak one language and keep going.
We
We
got new
we
people
we
on the
gonna
stage.
suffer.
Yeah, we got new
All right.
people on the stage. Yeah, we like passing the mic around here. Go ahead. What's up, Steve? What's up, Shan?
Peace, Grand Rising.
Peace.
Started crying now.
Oh, okay, it's fine. Why? Grand Rising. What's up, Warden?
I just don't know why Africans want us to be Africans. I don't. The Africans that came here in the 80s, they know we ain't the same. They know it.
They know we ain't the same.
I
They
don't know
do.
what's
They
going
do.
on with the new generation or whatever, but we ain't African. None of us came from Africa. That whole transatlantic thing is bull crap.
Well, I mean, come on, you gotta give it like we're mixed between the Africans and the Aboriginals.
Who is
You
we?
know, most of the Black Americans.
No, we're not.
Okay,
We ain't
okay,
mixed with no Africans. No, we not. We are not the same.
What's up,
And
CR?
I think that needs to be sound because that's what I'm saying. I don't see nothing funny about it. I don't see nothing true about it at all. None of my family members came from Africa. None of my family members are African.
Well, like for me, for an example, like I'm a light skinned Black American, but my grandfather, his great grandfather came over on a slave ship. So I'm not gonna deny
What
that.
slave ship and where was he coming from? Where was he born?
Uh, I didn't get all that information before he died. I wasn't really, trying to dig that deep when I was younger when he was telling me these stories.
So
Now,
so when he
if you,
said he came from a slave ship, how do you know if that ship wasn't here? Because that's
he
where a
just
lot of
told
the
me,
trading happened. Because no boat is gonna go to Africa, straight to Africa today. No boat gonna come from Africa to America. It's impossible.
I'm I'm just telling you what my grandfather told me.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, he told me that his great grandfather came over on one of the last slave ships. That was the information passed down to him. But I'm native on my grandmother's side, so it's like I know that I have African heritage and I have Native heritage too. So
So what is Native heritage?
uh, we're we're we're
What's up,
we're
Georgia?
native to America. We're Aboriginal to the Americas. Like my grandmother's grandmother, I was able to meet her. And like I said, like when I was younger, I wasn't digging deep to ask, what tribe are you from, this and that. I was just listening to stories.
Yeah, I don't have them stories. You know what I'm saying? From my great
Do you know your
grandparents,
grandparents?
Excuse me.
Do you know your great grandparents?
Yeah, yeah, I know all
And
four of them.
they all tell you that they're aboriginal
Well,
to
I know all
America.
four of my grandparents. I know all 8 of my great grandparents. What you say? I'm sorry.
They, they all tell you that they're aboriginal to America, to the Americas.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I'm Powhatan, Pamunkey, Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw. What's the other one? Creole. I have Haitian.
See,
Yeah,
so you're Haitian.
I
She
have
said she had.
Haitian. Yeah, the Haitians are literally Louisiana.
Uh,
Hmm.
okay, okay. So they're not from Haiti.
The original Haiti was here on the mainland. You know that?
No, no, no. I thought the original Haiti was in Haiti.
No. I got proof of this. I mean, it's a fact. You know,
Okay,
because
okay.
what I
Well,
want a lot of people to actually look up is the enslavement of indigenous people of Ontario and Ohio in the 1400s.
okay.
The
See, like
enslavement. Go ahead.
I'm just learning about a lot of this stuff. Like, man, I didn't know about a lot of this stuff at all. But I wish when I was younger I would ask more questions. You know,
It's
I,
okay.
all my yeah, all my grandparents are gone, so I'm just listening and learning.
Well, they still here. They still got a paper trail. Every last one of us,
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
left a paper trail. It's just that people,
yeah.
you know, you just got to look. They got people who can help look too. You on the panel with one of them. They help people with
Oh, really?
genealogy. Yeah,
Yeah, two. You got two people. Crystal do too. Me, Crystal. You
yeah.
need to. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
See, I'm in the year 1100s. Only way how I got that
Damn.
far is understanding that we before there was continents and the real original names. What you learn. Go ahead. You want to say something to the world?
Yeah, about what he say about Africans going around and asking the questions. You know,
Yeah.
just because they're not used to see a black person. All the questions, all the doubts I be having. So I feel like he can clear it up, and everything is alright. You know, just things like that. But it's not. We different. Actually, we different. That's definitely we different. But we not different in the way that some people think. Like we different. It's not inside. It's outside. We different outside. The culture and